It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You're live with Expresso. We are joined now by a very special guest who I understand, despite being all the way over in LA, still watches our show every morning. Jonathan Butler, what an absolute pleasure to have you here.
I can't believe I'm sitting here watching the show, sitting right in the studio. I mean, I lay at home in my bedroom and I'm like, there you guys are.
See, that's amusing because that would be in the middle of the evening, I think,
that's
for
the evening
you.
for me,
We really appreciate that. So thank you so much, man.
I'm happy to be here. It's great.
It's so great to
you guys
connect
are going to
with
be on
you.
Instagram in a minute, so.
Yeah, no, pump it out there, buddy. Pump it out there. We love the fact that you've achieved so much. I mean, we know that within the Grammy fold, there's something special that comes with that.
Yes.
If I have to ask you to go back to an age 12, Jonathan, in the context of the country that you lived in.
Oh my God, my first Grammy age 12 was South African Sari Award. That's what it was. And I had 2 gold records for us. My first release was Please Stay by Burt Bacharach, actually. And I was living in Joburg, and I got signed to CCP Productions and did my first record. And before that, I was doing plays, kind of touring Zimbabwe, everywhere, Southeast Africa, South Africa.
How did you get it right during a time where, I mean, you were playlisted on radio, you were able to do things that very few other artists, maybe no other artists were able to do?
The 2 guys involved is Ralph Simon and Clive Calder, who started Jive Records. And I think, when you have people, a good team of people that believe in you and they consistently talking to you about your gift and your music and putting it out there. So these guys were, there was Lionel Peterson, Ronnie Joyce, Richard Don Smith. We were all sort of under the same roof. And so we had to put out records, and music was the way, it was survival. So music was something that I was just a lover of it. I was a fan of it. I was a student of it, and I still am. So, it's in my blood. So, yeah.
Was it necessary? Did you see yourself as... Was it an obligation to do what you did, or were you just an artist trying to find a way?
I'm glad you said that. It's kind of twofold, because the obligation and determination was we were poor. So I could sing and earn a living for my parents to raise 12 children. We were 12 kids. So that was purpose-driven there. And the other side, it was just we were all gifted in the house. Thank God. We all had a musical gift. My parents did, and my brothers and sisters still perform.
No pressure, yeah.
So, man, it was really, it was, by the way, it's never for the glory. It was always like, whenever I can give my mother the brown envelope, she would be the happiest person, and that made me the happiest person.
I'm sure, when you look back now and you do a bit of a Rolodex over all of these achievements, I'm sure the family is pretty proud right now, living in the US. How do you put your career in perspective? Where are you in your career at the moment?
Well, I think I'm always searching and always still growing in my career and always digging for new ideas and trying to collaborate and find other things to do. I play with a lot of different people in the States, and that really helps me keep my chops up, and also keeps me creative as well. But living there and being there all the time, you got to maintain this thing. You got to... you can't give up on it. You can't give up on it, You got to really maintain it and try to stay in the game with it,
I know you said not for your glory, but I think for the glory of others, and which I love. Just very quickly, the Jonathan Butler Foundation here in South Africa is now obviously giving this platform to a new generations.
Yeah, I was hanging out last night at a club, a jazz club, and I went to a jam session at Swingers, a place called Swingers, and I heard some of the youngest, freshest artists there last night. And my foundation, the focus now is to create the Jonathan Butler Scholarship Foundation, where we can adopt artists and take them overseas, take them to LA, take them to New York, and put them in a music school. Just do the whole thing and do that every 2 years. So that's really something, because I heard it last night. I was like, these guys need to be, you need to pass on the. You need to pass on the torch.
Yeah, no, not just yet, though, buddy. You just hold that torch, please, man.
I am 57, so...
No, please. You hang on to it for a little bit longer, but we can share it around the room. Yeah. So thank you so much for joining us. It really is an honor having you here. Thank you.
I get to be on this show. I'm going to check it out in L.A. Hopefully this is on in L.A. when I get home.
And it's on right now, so people that you know are watching you right now. But Jonathan, thank you so much for spreading your love of what you do.
You're so welcome.
I know you don't want the glory, but we're going to heap the glory on you, my man, because you are doing something truly special. Ladies and gentlemen, Jonathan Butler in the house.